Hello, my friends. Welcome back for been a little bit since I've done a review Thursday, and this is a request Thursday. I get it mixed up every now and again because they both start with review and request are kind of two in the same. But yeah, so review Thursday, I typically will review things that I've been like just exploring and just kind of playing around with. Whether it's like I think I've done a couple games for review Thursday. And so with this, I came across, so Wolfden is one of the tech gurus that do, and they experiment a lot. He experiments a lot with a lot of devices and doing a lot of different things with devices, whether it be emulation or just, whatever device could do and so forth. So with that, from his channel and just like from exploring other people's opinions, thoughts on like certain emulation devices, I came across one of his he talks about was the Anbernic RG35XX. So this thing, it's like the mini Miyu's another one that looks very similar, if not the same. They do a lot of the same things. I know some people might prefer that one over this one. I have no real experience with the Miyu Mini Plus, whatever, minus, I don't know. I haven't explored it outside of just like knowing some people's opinions about it. It's like, oh, they prefer this over that, and essentially it seemed like both kind of did what I wanted it to do, which is mainly just play. Like, this is like a Game Boy to me essentially, and so that's what I'm treating it as. It's just a Game Boy. And so I put like a lot of Game Boy emulation and a lot of, it even has a couple of PlayStation games on it, like from like way back when, just because of like there are certain PlayStation games that are nostalgic to me and just like games I want to play again, but obviously I don't have a PlayStation, so it's just easier to do it this way. Like for instance, for example, Legend of Dragon, right? Legend of Dragon was a amazing game for the PlayStation. If you haven't played it, I recommend that you play it. I've heard just gossip, whether or not it's true or not, that they're potentially going to make a second one or remaster it. I don't know if that's going to be true or if that's going to happen again or happen. I would really love for them to remaster, just because it was a different take on like what Final Fantasy was doing at that time with how they were doing RPGs, because they incorporated combat style, like combos and stuff with buttons, as well as that same like turn-based system. So with that, I thought I'd turn this thing on, but let me just load up a game, for instance. So sound-wise, I think it's amazing. Sound quality is great. I'll have a link to description of the instructions I followed below. But like, for instance, like, I'm gonna clean the screen, but I'm trying to get to a point, but yeah, look, I don't know if you could see it. Ring light, why have you betrayed me? But anyway, there we go, right there, sweet spot. You could kind of see it, unless I just like kind of just get it up there, but the ring light's a pain. There we go. It kind of doesn't do it justice, me just showing my camera, but no, I think it's amazing quality, like comparatively to the Game Boy, and like it reminds me a lot of like the Game Boy SP. The Game Boy Advance SP was like so great because, one, you didn't need to have batteries, and batteries were even for controllers for like Xbox and stuff like, well, Xbox 360, Xbox was always wired. Xbox 360 brought in, or even like Wii and everything brought in just use of batteries over and over again. It was just amazing, just awful. And so when they came up with things that, you don't need batteries for, well, like AA batteries, I should say. Like, this obviously has a battery in it, but meaning not store. You don't have to go to a store and buy like batteries, AA batteries, AAA batteries. You don't have to go to a store to buy like rechargeable like batteries. You could just recharge this thing, and it's great. And timing, like I've gotten like a good 4 hours out of this thing, and it still be like more than half battery. So it does say on like Amazon, or even if you go to the Anbernic website, like it's like 4 to 8 hours, I think. But obviously, yeah, if I played a more intensive game, it makes sense that the battery would die faster. It's like, I know a lot of people complain about like the Steam Deck with like AAA games. It's like, only lasts an hour and a half. I'm like, yeah. Because, yeah, if you try to run something for quality, picture quality, not performance, of course it's going to drain the battery. I feel like that's like self-explanatory with like running quality. Like, I'm pretty sure it says if you run quality that it's going to use more battery. In any portable device, I'm pretty sure that's what it says. But if it doesn't, I think it's kind of self-explanatory at this point in time. But anyway, enough about that. This wasn't really hard to configure, especially if you follow the instructions I'll have below if you are interested in getting one. The only disclaimer I will put is read the bottom before you start from the beginning, because this comes pre-installed with a micro SD, and it has Garlic OS, if you know a lot of different types of Linux-based OS and all of that stuff, whether it's from Ubuntu and everything like that. It's really cool. Garlic was okay. I ended up doing Mini UI on here. Min UI is a type of OS as well. It just, from my experience, it seemed to favor more of the Game Boy games, and since that's pretty much what I'm going to be playing on here is just Game Boy Advance games. I wouldn't recommend doing like DS games just because there's not really a way to split it. So splitting the screen is kind of difficult. I'm sure there's a way around it, but it's not a big screen. So I don't know why you would want to split an already small screen. Like, at that point, like, I think Wolfden would even say just mod a 3DS or DS, because they're easy to mod and they're easy to just kind of hack into and change. So at that point, just do that. But with that, anyway, yeah, it's a wonderful device. I can't put it down. It's fulfilling the need that I have for it, and I felt like I would do, since I've worked in IT for like 7 years now, I'm like, hey, let's do some tech review stuff. It's like, I love computers. I love messing around inside computers. I love building computers. I love doing all that. And this gave me an opportunity to kind of just mess with the internal parts of just like what's built inside of it. And so I was really cool. And so I get to tear it open, do a lot of stuff inside of it, and I'm excited to just explore that. But with that, if you've had questions on like just portability, the only things I would say is know what you want to do. It's like the Steam Deck is good for like more advanced games if you want, like Xbox 360 or anything like that. Also, like any low end like PC, if you can get like a Intel NUC that's very tiny and very small, so you can use that for a lot of emulation and everything. But this is going to be great for me. It's like I've been wanting like a portable gaming device that handled a lot of different Game Boy Advance games, just so for like nostalgic feeling, or just even doing like some fan-made Pokemon games and everything like that. That's something I've been exploring, and it's been fun just figuring out how to put them on there and like working with the different ROM hacks and everything like that. So, but yeah, I haven't done a review Thursday in a while, and I figured since I've been thoroughly enjoying this, I highly recommend this. If you've been just on the fence of like what you want, size-wise, I have decently sized hands, and so like, yeah, my hand's bigger than the entire device, but like holding it isn't bad. It's like holding my phone. Like, it's comfortable. It's not comfortable. It's not irritating to hold for a while. And so I thought it was really cool. I really like it. Highly recommend it. And I'm excited to keep playing it. Obviously, if the thing dies in a week, I don't recommend it because I've only had it for like a week. So 2 weeks. And if it dies, then yeah, thumbs down. Not happy. But with that, yeah, if you've been on the fence of like what portable devices, this is $75, $80 on Amazon. And you get like you get other things with it. Like I bought the one that came with the bag. I thought it was really cool, little nifty thing to have instead of just like tossing it in a bag. So this isn't a thing that you could just like, let me just put it in my pocket. Yeah, it doesn't really work that well. But yeah, it's nice to have a little bag that I can put inside a backpack if I'm flying or traveling anywhere, and so I can just have it with me, and it'll be locked, or secured is a better word. secured and safe in a bag like that, because it could just like, it kind of holds it in place, which is really cool. And so obviously I have a Switch, and so portable is like that too, but I'm one of those people that prefer playing my Switch docked. I know it's not the preferred thing, but there's only so many games I like playing portable on my Switch. But outside of that, I very much enjoy playing my Switch docked and like connected to a screen, or like I have an ultra wide monitor, so it's like this yay big, and so I could just split off like this side of my screen for my Switch, and then this side for just anything computer stuff if I'm watching YouTube, Twitch, any other streaming sites. But anyway, back to the device. Amazing device, amazing portability, amazing battery life. It's not hard to take out SD cards. Like, it's legitimately just a press, then the SD card comes out. So I would recommend, if you do get one, following the instructions. It does recommend getting an SD card, so I would say buy a micro SD card with it. But other than that, really good device. If you're wanting something that's really easy to configure, you do have to know a little bit of technology of stuff before, and following along with the instructions is a good thing, but you do have to kind of know a little bit of technology stuff to understand how all of that works with the file formatting and everything like that, and making sure everything works. But yeah, IT has always been about stuff that's like trial and error, trying things out with different tools, trying things out with different software, just whether you break it and then you fix it. And that's always the best part about IT, where you break something but you find a way to fix it. It's like, I've always seen the joke with like developers or programmers where it's like they run code and the code does exactly what they want, even though the code looks just filthy. But with that, if you do have one of these, let me know what you think. Let me know what your opinion is. As I said, I really enjoy this thing. I haven't tested so much of the PlayStation with the bumpers. The instructions does have a thing where it's like the D-pad can be kind of not as sensitive as you would want it. So it's like I find it out with certain Pokemon games where it's like I'm moving the D-pad and it's not fully registering, but obviously don't slam down your D-pad. It's the same as like the Joy-Cons. But that's also another thing. It's like I've never experienced Joy-Con drift, so I think y'all just breaking your shit. But with that, no, if you have this device or any other Anbernic devices, I think this is a really good one for price range. I think anything above this, if you're more looking for like DS games or something that runs more Nintendo 64 games, I think those are better for that. This does not recommend doing 64 games. I have not tried 64 games on this. I don't want to try 64 games on this, as there's not a whole lot of 64 games I want to play. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you guys think about any Anbernic devices, or this one in particular. This is the RG35XX, I believe. Yes, 35XX. Wonderful device. I'm excited to keep using it, and I hope you guys feel the same about yours. So if you've had any issues, let me know down below, so it's like I can, expect the unexpected. But so far, I think I'm one of a lot of people that very much enjoy this, and yeah, I hope you do the same. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me on this review Thursday. It's good to do another one. I haven't done one in a while. I think the last one I did was for either Vampire Survivors Air Mobile or Blacktail game, which was also a really fun game. I think it was called Blacktail. I don't know. But with that, also, yeah, song Super Mario RPG. It's getting remastered. Check it out. I have it on this, and I'm excited to play the original. And hopefully by the time I play the original and beat the original, I can play it just in time for the remaster to come out, because I want to see if there's any differences and stuff like that. I'm so excited. But with that, thank you guys for joining me for this longer video of 15 minutes. I hope you guys are doing great, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Fun Friday, as I'm not forgetting to do that, because this week's been, with Labor Day, it's been an adjustment for sure. So anyway, hope you guys are doing great, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Fun Friday. And yeah, just wait and see what we do tomorrow. Take care, guys. Bye.